Yada. You ain't know? Listen, if you hear any noise or voices in the background, if you can't have the willpower, disregard it. All right, lovelies. So, this specific vid is basically I ran across some vids or whatever, and they were talking about basically they were talking about like certain things about timelines and timeline jumping and supposed to be and stuff like that. Um, this is what I'm going to say about it, and so that being said, I've been working on my throat chakra and stomach coming from the gut. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So listen, check this out. All right, when you blink your eyes, okay, you basically are shifting timelines. Okay, so like timelines are stacked on each other. Okay, the thing is whether you're moving into your higher timeline or whether you're moving into the opposite, okay, a lower timeline, okay. So this is my thing, okay. Listen, lovelies, listen clear, all right. Because like me, I have no choice. I continue to expand. You feel me? So I continue to move into my higher timeline. Okay, so basically my higher timeline has full access over my life, and so everything continues to be aligned with that because it has fully taken over. Okay, meaning since I have chosen expansion. Okay, so this the thing is to be committed to be committed. Okay, now here's one thing I'm going to say. Okay, and I'm gonna let y'all know this. Okay, one thing about life, like and I'm gonna bring up a little bit about Martin Luther King Jr. and everything what he said. Judge don't judge people by their complexion, basically judge by their character and stuff like that. Listen, you gotta know, okay, when you're in life, okay, when you're in your know that life is about building character. Okay, life is all about building character. Okay, now certain my vids and or certain certain photos and stuff that you may have seen, I had a different hat. You feel me? However, it still had this on it. Okay, the whole part is, okay, you got to know in life, okay, listen, you're building character. So align your life to building, to build a character. You got to know what your character is about. The morals, the values, how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself, and how are you treating others. Not everybody deserves your kindness. Some, you feel me? Some, you feel me? Gonna get that side of you. You feel me? That side you don't show too often. Okay. You gonna know you gonna know what time, you feel me, what time of day. The thing is, all this material can't are these things don't, they fall away. They fall away. If you're moving into your higher, if you're moving into your higher timeline, best believe certain things that you used to have, items and stuff, okay, they're gonna just like fall away. They're gonna fall away. Okay? Because it's making room for something new to come in. You feel me? You may not be having the same clothes. You feel me? Some y'all got a whole bunch of clothes and stuff like that. The thing is, what timeline are you really on? Are you becoming stagnated? What do what's your timeline? So that's why I said you're either moving to your higher timeline or you're moving into a lower timeline. The thing is, that's how you. The thing is, knowing, are you breaking habits? What are you for me? Is you for me like the Most High? Let me know, okay? Basically, let me know, like, did it serve you? Did it serve you? Did it disserve you? You got to know you got to know this, because you got to know life is an experience. It's an experience. When you meet somebody, that's an experience. The thing is, what's your character? Okay. The thing is, knowing whether you're in your higher timeline or a lower timeline. You feel me? And the thing is, are you healthier? Are you getting healthier? Huh? Genuinely, without hurting others, and you just being yourself. Okay, you be in your higher timeline. You feel me? So you being a healthy version of you is, is a, you feel me? And it's not causing harm to anybody. You're in a higher timeline. So you're going to be drawing things to you, and certain ones that you previously have known may be falling away. They may be, body may be looking deteriorated and stuff. Like they might be doing certain, you feel me? You just got to know to go with the flow. You feel me? The universe, you got to go with the flow, because you feel me? In the you feel me? All the timelines are basically in a sense kind of like the let me just say it like this: the frequencies are basically putting everybody where they supposed to go. Okay, it's based off of your vibe is your tribe, or your vibe is what your vibe is your tribe, your soul tribe. Okay, so you got to know which your character, because the universe is your frequency, your character. The universe is going off of that. Okay. All right, so I already know certain ones ain't gonna be on my timeline. I already know certain ones gonna be falling away because I'm on a higher timeline, and their frequency isn't really on my level. You feel me? So it's like trying to explain. Like, I'm not gonna keep explaining stuff to you over and over, okay? Because certain ones are just like disbelievers. They just disbelieve until something. You feel me? And some like to see it first, and sometimes that could be somebody's downfall. The thing is, this higher timeline is coming from going within. Okay, because you feel me, when you start changing your attitude and changing, you feel me, and changing your values and changing things within, that helps you shift timeline. That helps you feel me, that can help you even elevate your timeline also by performing the actions and deeds. How you treat somebody when you feeling good, when you have a value of self-love. Okay, you say, you for me, I'm embodying self-love. Okay, so how does that action, what does that character look like? What's that character look like? You talk about self-confidence or integrity. Okay, what's your character? Okay, what does that look like? Now you got to show it. That's the fruits of your labor, how you treat somebody. You feel me? If the universe is going to show you whether that's been off and that wasn't really a value, that wasn't really like that probably that could have been disserving you. So maybe it's time to shift that, to get into a higher timeline, drop that certain if you got a certain type of value or certain type of behavior or attitude. You feel me? You can't really get mad at everybody. You feel me? You can't get mad at everybody, because you feel me? One thing I learned, it took heed to, is I allow individuals to show me themselves. I allow them to show me themselves. Okay? Because everybody, you can't get mad. I don't expect everything from everybody. I'm not expecting everybody to be good to me. The thing is, in my character, I'm going to be good to myself. Whether you feel me? Because I'm not taking all this everywhere. I'm not taking all this. This gonna fall away and go certain places. The universe got more for me. You feel me? That's why I said you feel me, when you build your character, tap into your supernatural abilities, your mystical abilities. Get into nature, because that's gonna stick with you. That's gonna be in your character. Knowing what to do with water, how to treat communicate with the trees. They do communicate. They do talk. Okay, and communicate with the waters and what's certain, basically what's in the sea. You got to be keep this, because your blood cells, your memory is gonna get into your memory, into your awareness. So you just gonna know, and then you meditate to be still. Because have you ever, when you was younger, little jitterbug, and you ever just close your eyes like you was like resting? Okay, and then when you've got evolved and stuff to a certain state or whatever, or you age or something or whatever, or you became an adult and stuff like that, okay, and you close your eyes again, what is the difference between that, you close your eyes then, and that and previously? What's the difference? Okay, so it got something to do with your awareness. How do you feel? What you feel me? If all this was just went like, what do you have? You feel me? So you feel me? That's why I'm saying you build a good character, a long-lasting character. You feel me? Because that's why I said I allow people to show me themselves, because I'm not expecting anything from everybody. Sometimes, you feel me, you think you know somebody, and then you feel me, then they're gonna show you how much you don't know about them. You feel me? Or, however, it's the same thing if you don't expect anything from anybody. You feel me? And you just a good individual. Hey, they may not know you. Okay, they might, you feel me? All that, you feel me? So you got to know, like certain people, certain family members, they might say, you know, no a whole bunch of times. You feel me? And then there's time where they say yes, or you may have say yes to a whole bunch of things, and now you say no. And now they're talking about, oh, I thought I knew you. Oh, you didn't. No, you feel me? You have free will. You do have free will. You have the power. You have the choice to say no. Okay, so no, somebody can't say they, so that tells you, you feel me? You allowed to change. You feel me? So that's why I'm saying, like, just know your. That's why I'm saying, know yourself, because these timelines is coming. This is about being empowered. You got to be self-empowered. Okay, whatever all this out here, this knowledge and, you feel me, all this information and everything, you feel me, you take it to empower yourself so you can build a better character. Okay, because if you think better and you do better, better is gonna keep finding you. It's gonna keep choosing you. If you keep wanting to be bad, I'm not looking for a bad girl. I'm just not looking for a bad girl, because bad, when you get bad, becomes worse. They think they want to be bad and all that, and they just getting worse. That's not good. Nah, like, you feel me? You feel me? So you feel me? I like a female that's empowered. You feel me? But however, I'm just saying, I'm just not looking for a bad ish. I'm not looking for nothing bad, so it's not gonna be attracted to me. If a female talking about she a bad it or whatever, I'm nah. Like, you sure you don't want to really be that, because it goes from bad to worse. So you feel me? So you got good and get better and stuff like that. So you got to know these things, okay? So, hold y'all up too long. Just something, food for thought. You feel me? And something to think about to help you build your character, okay? So I love y'all. Find something safe doing and get into your higher timeline. So you know your soul tribe, okay? One.